it can be very tough to mind the matter. We've been talking about in this class the importance of that 85% of our health starts in our mind. And people are like, well, I didn't think myself into cancer. That's not what we're saying. I didn't think about wanting to get the flu. We're not talking about that either. What we're talking about is the majority of the thoughts that we have about this life directly correlating to this body, this matter. So, if I think I'm healthy, happy, and grateful, I am healthy, happy, and grateful. If I think that this body is just this thing I'm dragging around that's burdensome and, just waiting for it to fall apart so I can die, then it's going to start falling apart and I'm really, really rushing headlong towards death. And we're all headed in that direction, but this is how we want to live. We want to live healthy, happy, healthy, happy, healthy, happy, dead, right? We don't want to be, what is the word I'm looking for? We don't want to be so beleaguered about dying, so weary about and exhausted about our death, our impending death, something that we all get to joyfully embrace at this moment in time, that we are all just here for this brief parenthesis in all of eternity, then the immune system's always listening. And if the immune system is always listening, I want to give my immune system clues about how I want to live. I want to live healthy, happy, grateful. Really simple. So let's take a step back. Let's take this step back. Let's talk about what's the matter. What is the matter? Well, I'll tell you what the matter is. I'm going to tell you what the matter is. 85% of our health begins in the mind. 90% of the immune system is in our gut. There's a direct link between the brain and the belly. I know this is very hard for people to even consider in this culture, which is really sad. 100 years ago, we ate fermented food. What does fermented food do? Well, it's fermentation starts the pre-digestion process so that when we take something in, it already has the enzymatic capability to digest food into like little categories that the body can say, keep this, keep this, keep this, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. The process that is doing that for us is in the belly, is in the gut. By partaking in all of those things I just listed earlier, with the use of antibiotics, the overuse of antibiotics, stress, you think about stress and your tummy, constipation, tummy, all of those things keep us from being able to have these very, very smart immune cells work for us. They're barraged by the negatives in our life, the things that we're doing. All right, let me get to my notes here. So, in minding the matter today, in thinking about how we want to be in this lifetime, how we want to feel in this lifetime, how much health we want to exude, that's just a natural process. That is just something that we just do. The body is self-healing, self-regulating. Self-healing, self-regulating. I love those two terms. And those two terms I use over and over that I got from one of my heroes, Dr. John Bergman. And I love his simple approach to health. It's not rocket scientists. It's not rocket science, okay? The problem with big pharma, the problem with big anything, other than like a big bodacious smile or, but big agri, big pharma, big business, big banking, all these things, is that they strip us of our innate wisdom. If we look at the structure of this body, the body is holographic. What is holographic? This universe is holographic. What does that mean? That means even in the macro, the biggest, hugest part of all of this, you will find the exact thing, the exact replica in the minutest. Because that is truth, then we affect everything. Thoughts affect everything. Mind affects everything. Mind affects matter. So if mind affects matter, matter affects mind, right? So if I am vibrating at a very high, buoyant level of health, I'm reverberating that all the way out there across the cosmos, and I'm bringing that all the way back in on all levels, body, mind, spirit. That's why I go by body, mind, soup on Steam It and Minds, because this really is, we're just like in this giant, imaginary, beautiful, frothiness of soup where everything is affecting everything else. So as always, if we're talking about structure, I'm getting into alignment here. We're looking specifically now, structure. We go from foundation, okay, which is our home, right? And if we're taking that now into the body, we're looking at how are we presenting this body out there. Because if body and structure, every bit of us is resonating, vibrating, let's think about a rubber band. Let's stretch a rubber band really tight, okay? And or a guitar string. Let's string a guitar, pring, and it's reverberating, pring. Well, that will reverberate on its own in a beautiful way until something is acted against it, until I put my finger on that string and then it stops. So in structure, we want this, what is called alignment. And alignment is what keeps everything flowing, flowing, flowing. And it's funny because if gravity's always working, and it always is, and gravity's always pulling us downward, and it always is, and the body is responding to that. So we do these things of using the mind over matter so that we can buoy our structure, so that it can stay in alignment, so that all other processes can work well. So if I dampen my vibration or the string of the guitar by putting my finger on it, let's look at that as related to the body. Something occurs and the energy is not flowing. The chi, the prana, the life force, the Christ consciousness, this God force that we're always talking about in relation to our health is dampened as well. So if there is a blockage and the body is self-regulating and self-healing, the body's innate brilliance will find a way to go around, right? Now, what it's going to do is first it's going to bring pain, which is a sign that, when my cat bit me last night, my lip was in pain, there'd been a cut, right? There'd been something caused that pain, and it was it was that breaking of the skin, okay, or it was like that finger on that string. It was a blockage, and now things are causing this lower energetic expression, this lower vibration. So now, instead of vibrating at my highest potential, my body's having to work hard to continue to be self-regulating, self-healing, and it's going to do everything in its power to stay alive, stay healthy, and that's when we really see some of these structural occurrences that can dampen our ability to stay healthy. So from structure, we look at how the nervous system works. The nervous system. My gosh. The nervous system is just this whole delicate, amazing formation of pinging and firing of the nerves, and it starts, or it continues to do its best under the most amazing circumstances. But we have to kind of realize that all of the things that we're doing on a physical level that cause mental response, that cause something to occur in the physicality, it's like the chicken and the egg. It's the chicken and the egg. It's this delicate interplay. We don't know which came first. We don't really care which came first. We just want to continue to be moving in a beneficial direction. So the nervous system, in its delicate brilliance, is really affected by the factors that we talked about earlier. One of the greatest ways that we keep our structure in alignment, are through our meditative processes, possibly our yoga, our Tai Chi, all of those beautiful Qigong, all of those beautiful flowing meditative movement practices that bring the vital energy into our awareness so that we can put it into the body or spark it even greater in the body. The degenerative process begins to occur after we are under stress mode, and the body has to do that re-piping, that reworking, detour, and it comes back into balance again when we give the body the nourishment and the supplementation that it needs. And this is the end.